The idea of this birth and death, which we call it samsara, the never-ending cycle of birth and death within the six realm, the God realm, asura realm, and then the human realm, and then the animal realm, and then the hungry ghost realm, and then the hell realm. So there is a six realm according to the Buddhism, the samsara and the cycle, let's say. So now the idea of this liberation from birth and death, what they are really talking about is it's not only the birth as a human being and the death as a human being, but the human being is not that bad, like we have a problem, but compare with the animal, compare with the, let's say, hell, so it's nothing, the human suffering. But really, what does that mean to liberate or the free from the cycle of birth and death is the free from the sixth realm, samsara. You might have a good life in human life, let's say, maybe you have enough to eat, you have a good relation, good, let's say, partner, and you have a really good parents, or maybe you have a good income, and life is comfortable. So, and you don't want to be liberate from this kind of birth and this kind of life, let's say. But the whole idea behind liberation from birth and death is like let's say if you die, let's say, because there's no guarantee of this human life. You could die tonight, you could die at any moment. So once the breath stops, so now you don't have a control. You might reborn in animal, you might reborn in hell, you might reborn in hungry ghost. The length of the time is not like 70 years, 80 years, or so there will be like 100,000 years, let's say. That is a long, and so it's free from the birth and death, is free from the sixth realm, and especially from the lower three realm, which means the hell, hungry ghost, and the animal. And there's a kind of two method, let's say, to liberate from the birth and death or cycle of samsara. Is why, in the first place, why somebody is end up in the hell or hungry ghost or animal realm, So better we focus on this lower three realm. The cause of hell, going to hell, is because of the aversion. If you generate too much anger in your alaya consciousness, which is subconsciousness, it kind of accumulates, every day, and then that will end up in hell. So the same way the hungry ghost. So why people end up in the hungry ghost instead of human being or instead of God realm? Because of the desire or attachment. So in order to liberate from the hungry ghost, the reborn, let's say, birth in the hungry ghost, so you better control your desire or attachment, like kind of free from reducing from that kind of activity. And the same with the animal. The animal is more like the result of the ignorance. The ignorance, especially in this wasting life, let's say, the laziness, not using the human intelligence, disrespecting the other religion or other beliefs, disrespecting the Buddha's teaching, and so on and so forth. So all this kind of end up in this skull, which we call the ignorance, and end up in an animal realm, especially the wasting of the precious human life. So if someone is scared of reborn in a lower three realm, so they have to eliminating or reducing these three poison, and then the increasing all the opposite of the hatred is compassion, loving kindness. Opposite of the greedy and the desire and more like a giving. Opposite of ignorance, like a try to use the human potential in a spiritual, in a spiritual way. So you might reborn in the human realm or the asura or the God realm, let's say. But if you really wanted to liberate from all the six realms, which we call samsara, then you have to totally kind of purify the three poison, which means the ignorance, this idea of me and I is the root cause of all the three poisons. So that I, as soon as there is the idea, the concept of ego, and then you are bound to reborn in six samsara, six realm, So once you kind of realize there is nothing called I or ego exists in the first place, going beyond the I or ego, which is the true nature of mind, which is again going back to this I-less state, ego-less state, which people call it like an anatma. So once you really letting go the ego, so or the realizing the emptiness, the empty of the ego, so then you will be liberated from the rebirth in a sixth realm of samsara. So yeah, then if you don't born in a sixth realm, you will never die from the sixth realm. In order to die, so you have the birth first. If you will not born in the first place in six samsara, so there's no way to you will die. So then you are liberated from so-called birth and death from the samsara.